There's your story. Maximilian Schachmann is now the virtual leader of Paris-Nice.
Welcome to the 8th and final stage of Paris-Nice 2021. Another modified outing today between Le-Plan-du-Var and Levens, only 93 kilometres to cover with 3 climbs of the Côte d'Uranus. As you would expect, there was a fast and furious start with lots of riders battling to make the breakaway. 7 men in the lead with under 50 kilometres to go. Warren Barguil, Sven-Erik Byström, Tim de Klerk, Edward Turns, Jonas Rutsch, Stefano Aldani and the Stage 2 winner Cees Bol. Luis Leon Sanchez trying to bridge across with little success, but Laurens de Plus managed to join the men up at the front to make it 8 in the break. But the big news early in the day was a crash for Primož Roglič. The overall leader battered and bruised, but soldiering on. The break with a minute in hand as they came through Levens for the second time. Sanchez then finally moving clear with Cort Nielsen and taking a host of strong riders with him. Dylan Turns, Michael Matthews, Matteo Trentin, Omar Fraile, Julien Bernard and Damian Touzé, so plenty of potential stage winners. And then there was huge drama with 25k to go. Roglič distanced after changing bikes following another crash. His Jumbo-Visma teammates burying themselves to bring the yellow and white jersey back, but the peloton weren't going to wait for him. BORA HANSGROHE putting the hammer down for Maximilian Schachmann, second on GC as they tried to distance Roglič. A remarkable chase unfolding on this final stage. 4 men now leading, Rutsch, Byström, Barguil and Bernard, but it was all about the battle between Roglič and the peloton. The Slovenian champion quickly isolated with victory slipping from his grasp. ASTANA Premier Tech also working hard as the peloton continued to power clear and they'd soon caught all the escapees. There would be some late attacks, Nielsen, Guillaume Martin and Gino Mada having a go. What a story it might have been for the Swiss rider to win the day after he was denied by Roglič. But they were all caught. And in the end there were some 20 riders in contention for the stage victory.
And Tiesj Benoot bumping off as well. Who is going to take this victory? It's an almighty sprint for the finish line. Who is going to take it on the ride? It's going to be a victory, I think, for Magnus Cort.
Well, this final stage looked like a formality for Primož Roglič, but once again the Slovenian champion endured a nightmare on French soil. After his crash at the Criterium de Dauphiné and being overhauled by Tadej Pogačar at the Tour de France, Roglič loses Paris-Nice on the final day in spite of 3 stage wins. And instead it's Schachmann who successfully defends his title.
It was a crazy day. I'm having mixed feelings. I don't know, it feels strange because Roglič crashed. It was the goal to defend it. Suddenly I'm here last day in the yellow jersey. It's a different scenario to last year, but yeah, it's I don't know what to say.
Magnus Cort taking a second win of the race for EF Education Nippo after Stefan Bissiger in the time trial. The Dane with his 17th career win, his second at Paris-Nice, and at the second place for Christophe Laporte. Schachmann wins this 79th edition by 19 seconds from Aleksandr Vlasov, who was joined on the podium by his teammate Jon IZAGUIRRE. Lucas Hamilton and Tiesj Benoot rounding out the top 5, with Roglič plummeting to 15th place. The green jersey unlikely to provide much consolation for the Jumbo-Visma leader, who couldn't bring himself to appear on the podium. He won the points classification ahead of Sam Bennett. Anthony Perez no doubt all smiles though under that mask as he finished as the king of the mountains. The Cofidis man well clear of Julien Bernard. Vlasov the best young rider ahead of fellow rising stars Hamilton and Matteo Jorgensen. Schachmann's the first rider to go back-to-back at Paris-Nice since 2003 after an incredible final day. Roglič will no doubt be looking to bounce back in the weeks ahead.